Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again. Well, as you can see, I've come down to the river. It's actually the Bovey, just above Bovey Tracy on Dartmoor. Come down this morning just to have some more practice with the 200 to 600mm Sony lens. If you follow me, you'll know I've had it a few weeks and been struggling with getting a sharp focus. Now in this dim light it might still be a struggle, but there's lots of summer migrants moving in, white throats and black caps, chiffchaffs I can hear, and of course down on the river here I've already seen a dipper flying by, so let's see what we can find, shall we? Well, I've come to a clearing where there's a little bit more light and hopefully you can see me a little better in this dull, overcast day. May not film too much. I really want to practice with the lens, and of course I don't want to be moving too fast or making too much noise. As you can see, I'm wearing some dull colours. This is quite a popular footpath, so the birds are used to people walking along, but still I want to make as little impact as possible. I'll show you the settings as I go along. Yeah, let's see. Well, this is quite a nice walk. There goes another dipper flying by. I saw one about 2 minutes ago just stop for a second and off again, so I'm going to have to find myself a spot. I'm going to walk the river up to the roadway the other side and then work my way back and find a spot to sit still. As you can see, I've found myself a spot down by the river. I'm looking downstream along the river. I've just seen the dipper fly by, and there's a few rocks that he could land on. One has got a white top to it, looks like he's been landing and defecating on that, so definitely one to watch, and I'm focused in on that at the moment. Let me show you what I can see. Focusing on those two rocks. I might focus in on just one of them in a moment. 1/1250th of a second shutter speed, lens wide open at f5.6 auto ISO, and I've got a flexible expandable spot focus in the middle there. Camera's on rapid fire, and sitting here with all the mosquitoes I'm getting eaten alive. So let's see how long I last. Well, I've decided to move. The dipper had flown past a couple of times and then seemed to have stopped. It may have seen me and obviously decided not to come back, which would be disappointing if I disturbed it. But the real reason I've decided to move, I didn't bring anything to sit on, so I'm starting to get a little bit numb. Anyway, let's move slowly back upstream and see what I can find. I will try to get some shots of those dippers again, but just stopped at this tree. I've been standing watching the birds as they go backwards and forwards and where they perch. So I've zoomed in on one of the branches and I'm just going to sit and wait. I've already focused in on the branch where one of the birds keeps landing, and I'm hoping it comes back to the same spot. So I'm already focused in 0.02 of a second this time, and I've upped the top end of my ISO to 8000. Wide is still wide open again. There he is. Let's see what I can get. Well, there's a right fight going on between them over there, and they're moving so fast. Right, I better concentrate on this. Well, I think all the commotion is some pied flycatchers. There he is. Really pleased with that as a first attempt. And at last my persistence was starting to pay off using this 200 to 600mm lens. Not perfect. Could have slowed the shutter speed down a little and lowered the ISO. ISO was 3200, so the shot's a little grainy, and it was shot at 1/1250th of a second, which I could have slowed down. And if anyone knows what this flycatcher is up to, please let me know in the comments. Now, is this a display? Territorial? Is he displaying to a mate? Who knows? Please let me know. Whatever it was, it made a good shot. Well, that was nice, as they say. The flycatchers have stopped moving around now, so I'll carry on back to the bridge and see what else we can see. So I've just come past the bridge, saw some wagtails, but quite a few people around, so couldn't really stop to film anything. But I'm now going up one of the brooks, and I've already seen a dipper flying past. So I'm being very quiet, very slow. And let's see if I get this elusive dipper today, shall we? Well, still no dippers. But what I have found is a wagtail's nest tucked away in some rocks. So I'm just going to see if I can get some decent film of that, and of the wagtail collecting food for its young that are definitely hidden away in those rocks. Well, as you can see, I was having some success filming with this 600mm lens. But photographs was a different matter. So this one, taken at 0.002 of a second, ISO 2500. It froze the background and really doesn't separate the bird in the photograph. But it is sharper than before. Same with this one, although a little better. The ISO's a little higher, a little bit more grainy. But it's a nice background, nice composition. And I was lucky with a bit of light just on the bird at the right time. But still a little bit of work to do on the settings and getting the focus sharp. Now these next three images are actually captured from the film that I took. So the shutter speed was 1/50th of a second, and lucky for me the bird kept still enough at certain times to take these captures. So still out at 600mm, f6.3 with an auto ISO, and at the 1/50th of a second you can see you get a little bit of motion blur in the water behind, making a much more pleasing image and making the bird stand out because he's sharp. And in this one and the last shot you can see, as it's a wagtail, he's wagging his tail and there's a little bit of motion blur in that tail, but apart from that, a really nice shot, and you can see his face and even the insects in his beak are really sharp. Well, as you can see from the film, I've been filming these wagtails for a little while now, and I think I'll call it a day. It's coming up to midday. It's a little brighter, and I could stand here all day filming these wagtails. But I'll leave them in peace. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. And give me a like. And I'll see you again next week. But for now, cheerio.